Hey everyone, in this week's video I am going to be talking about some of the challenges I've been facing with mom life, cleaning and prepping for baby, and just getting everything together while dealing with a sick toddler who has RSV. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and hello if you are new here. My name is Summer and I am currently 31 weeks pregnant with a little baby boy, and I am 40 years old while I'm going through this pregnancy. So far everything is going well. I am battling with some depression, anxiety, but I think that's a little bit more situational at the present moment because we're nearing the anniversary of when we lost my daughter at 16 weeks due to a miscarriage. And we lost her on November 10th of 2020. So if you're watching this in 2021, that's kind of what's going on. So I've been doing a few different things to stay busy, stay active. I've started to go on walks just to get out of the house. It's not so hot where I am anymore, so it's actually starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And I was able to get a few more maternity nursing clothes to also help me feel more comfortable as my weight continues to climb. I am currently about 170 pounds now, and that's usually around where I start to get very uncomfortable. Sleeping at night is pretty hard, and yeah, I'm constantly tossing and turning, and thank goodness for my pregnancy pillow. But today's kind of going to be a chill day because my son is home with RSV. He got diagnosed last night, and if you don't know anything about RSV, it's actually a virus that children get. I believe adults can get it too. When we talked to the doctor yesterday, they said that adults can get it too, but it's more like a common cold to us. For children, especially with babies, it can be deadly. So I'm actually very grateful baby boy is still safe and sound inside me. And my son he's 2.5, so he's past the really dangerous part, but he was wheezing a little bit last night. So I have him home today, and trying to get him to rest is quite interesting. So, but he's finally down for a nap, so I am going to go ahead and clean the kitchen and try to get as much as I can done and go from there. So I'm starting out in the dining room because there's something about having a clean table and getting meals ready to eat that just brings me a little bit of peace, where if we're able to sit down and eat at a clean table, then it's just a peaceful experience. And I'm spraying down the kitchen dining table with the Thieves Cleaner. I don't sell it, but I really liked trying to clean with non-toxic products and keeping everything clean that way. I also make sure to move all of the chairs, and because the kids always drop food crumbs and attract ants and things like that, I have to make sure that I clean the rug underneath. So it's just one of those things that you encounter as a mom and have to move the chairs even if you are 31 weeks pregnant. So now that the rug is clean, I'm moving all of the chairs back. And I do want to mention, on this particular day, it was actually fairly chilly. And so I'm wearing a hoodie that I really like because I was noticing that I was starting to not fit into a lot of my clothes, and they just felt really tight, and I felt uncomfortable in that type of situation. So I bought this maternity hoodie that can also double as a nursing hoodie after birth, and it's been wonderful to wear it, and I felt extremely comfortable and warm in it. kitchen island always seems to get out of hand. I swear, no matter how many times I tell the kids to load the dishwasher, there's always dishes in the sink. And this particular morning, I forgot to run the dishwasher the night before, so I had a whole load of dishes that I needed to unload. I have really had a hard time just staying on top of some of the chores because I've been battling some issues with my mental health and the anniversary of my daughter's loss. And, you know, it does play a role in maintaining the house. What you'll probably see as I'm unloading the dishwasher is that I don't necessarily have a method for how I'm putting away the dishes, but I do notice that the very top shelf where I put the silverware, I usually put that away first, and then some of the cups, and then I will do the bottom set of racks, because I've noticed that sometimes the middle rack can still retain some water and drip onto the bottom rack, causing those dishes to get wet. So it's just easier for me that way. And now that the dishwasher is empty, it is now time to load it up again. So here, if you see me calling to someone in the background, I'm actually talking to my son because I was trying to get him to take a nap, but he kept getting out of bed. So that's me just telling him to go back to bed. So now that the dishes are clean and I'm letting a few hand wash dishes dry on the counter, I'm cleaning the sink, and I actually don't like these porcelain sinks. I feel like they stain very easily, so if you are watching this and you do have any suggestions to help with staining, please let me know. I try to keep everything as non-toxic as possible, especially being pregnant, but I'm open to any suggestions. Here I am clearing off the island because I don't know about you, but every single place on the island seems to be an accumulation for everything. It seems to be like our catch-all. So I'm just putting things away where they belong and getting things a little bit more organized so it doesn't feel as cluttered. So on the day I'm filming this is actually a few days after Halloween, so the kids had some leftover Halloween candy, so I'm just putting it on the table for them. I don't really restrict them. as far as how quickly or slowly they need to eat it. They're in their teenage years, so I don't really control that anymore for them. Here I'm cleaning the area underneath where we kept our dish soap and hand soap. I noticed that the container that we were using had accumulated some grime and soap scum underneath the dish, so I am just using some dish detergent to get that hard water off of the countertop, and then finishing up with thieves cleaner. So I always clean from top to bottom, so now I'm going over the hardwood floors because after I clean the countertops, in case anything falls on the floor, this way I am not cleaning surfaces twice. So here's the end result, and it feels so good to have the kitchen clean. I'm so glad that my son cooperated and was able to nap during this whole process, because cleaning the entire kitchen this time took about an hour. So I'm really glad that I was able to get this done. So now that the kitchen's all clean, I'm gonna just go ahead and relax because I have no idea how long my son's nap is gonna take, but he definitely isn't feeling good, so he needs as much rest as he can possibly get. Hey everyone, so I am now 31 weeks and 1 day, and I feel like this day has just gone by so quickly because yesterday after I filmed a little bit, my son woke up from his nap, got dinner going for the kids, all typical stuff with having kids and everything else. But the day just got away from me because I have a very active toddler. He, despite being sick, he was running around nonstop and just a handful. So, and he's also figured out how to get out of his bedroom despite having a baby gate. So we're enjoying that phase at the moment. But I also had to stay up late with my son, my other son, my 17-year-old, because he's a senior in high school, and we were just working on a school project, and he's actually still up now working on another school project. But in the end, if it gets him to graduating in June, wonderful. But this morning was just a whirlwind. My daughter woke up, she wasn't in a good mood. My 2-year-old still wasn't feeling well, so he slept in, but he was nonstop, and I had to keep him home because he still has RSV, and you can kind of hear it in his chest. But obviously he's not so bad that he's down for the count. He's running around, he's doing all sorts of stuff. And then of course, trying to help my son as much as I can with whatever he's got going on. And then I've got work because I do work from home, and I had a board meeting that I had to attend this evening too. So just between everything, I'm like, oh my gosh, couldn't catch a break. So it's about 8 right now. I'm gonna finish taking our dog out, and then I am going to bed because I am so exhausted that I can't even describe it. But at the same time, when you're a mom, you don't really get a chance to just take a break. And my husband's at work till Friday. So I've got at least one more day solo like this, and then he'll come home Friday morning. And yeah, I just need a chance to relax. So I am now 31 weeks and 3 days. It is Friday, and you know how I was mentioning about my chance to relax on Friday? No, didn't happen. Things have still stayed pretty busy, and my husband got mandatory overtime today, so I don't get to see him until Saturday. So he left Tuesday morning, and so he's back Saturday morning. And I did not get much sleep last night because I was having so many contractions. I wasn't timing them, but between everything, it kept me up. And I think I was still up around like midnight, and I finally just had some water in case I was dehydrated, and I got a snack just in case it was that too. But I do hope I get a chance to relax at some point, because it is really hard when you're trying to do everything solo. And my older kids, they went back to their dads this evening, so it's just one of those things. They do help out with my 2-year-old when they're here, but you know, my 2-year-old's a very active 2-year-old, and he's super smart. I can't wait till we can start getting him into programs and extracurriculars, and we're thinking about putting him in private school because he is keeping up with the older kids at daycare. He knows his ABCs, he can count, and he understands a lot of what you say, so he's super smart. But having a super smart child also means that frequently you're trying to keep them entertained because their brain is just like a sponge. So hopefully my husband comes home tomorrow. We can spend some time together and just get a chance to relax. I'm also very excited because we got the glider in for the area that we are setting aside in the living room for the baby. So I will share that. But yeah, I am gonna take the dog out and hopefully try to relax, but fingers crossed that I am not gonna get another nighttime series of Braxton Hicks. Hey everyone, so it is the next day and 31 weeks and 4 days now. Excuse the messy hair. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. My son woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and came into my room, and he needed to be changed, and so I took care of that. I got him back in bed, and then at 4 o'clock this morning, my dog started whining, so I had to take her out, and it's just been one thing after another. And so finally, when my husband came home around like 9-ish, I told him if our son doesn't nap, because he's been fighting his naps lately, that please just take him while he goes to run errands. And that is not something I usually do. So just to give you an idea as to how exhausted I've been, that is pretty much a good indication that I've pretty much gone over my limit with, you know, I think the issue is trying to work from home, trying to take care of the house, and also trying to take care of a very active 2.5-year-old while I'm 8 months pregnant. So hubby is out with our 2-year-old, and I'm finally getting a chance to just breathe and decompress from the past few days. And we're all kind of battling this little sore throat because of my son's RSV. But what's helping me is I'm using a saline rinse to kind of keep the mucus and the sore throat and all of that at bay. So I don't really feel too horribly. And if I do start feeling bad, then I just rinse out my sinuses with the saline spray, and the sore throat also goes away. So, but I do have to show you what I'm so excited about is we got our glider, and please excuse this. This is definitely a work in progress, but I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as like a baby area in the living room. and just the idea and plans that we have for the area. So like I said, excuse the mess, it is far from done, but we did get this glider. It's the Storkcraft glider and ottoman, and it was on sale. It's usually about $200, but it was on sale at Amazon for $160. So we went ahead and got it. And it's not necessarily the most comfortable, but I think for $160, you really can't beat it. We also have my son's pack and play that we're going to reuse and, you know, keep as a little station for the baby. And this whole area we've cordoned off just so that baby can have a safe spot in the living room to sleep and play. So that is what we're looking forward to. And I'm going to be redoing this whole area, so please don't judge it based on what it looks like now. So now I'm just rocking in the glider, and I can say that it's a lot nicer than just sitting on the couch and in our recliner, because I feel like I can get up pretty easily from this position. And the only thing is, it does make it hard because my son loves to sit on my lap. I don't really have room because of the baby bump, but I think this will be a really comfortable spot for me to rock the baby whenever he arrives. Hey everyone, I am now 31 weeks and 6 days. So I've got a doctor's appointment this morning, but overall things are going really well. I was so glad that my husband got to be home this weekend because it just felt like a huge sense of relief to have help with our 2-year-old, and especially with daylight savings. It threw off our entire sleep schedule. And then my son, he gets through his baby gate. So just everything going on with that. I mean, this is what it's like when you're pregnant and you've got a toddler, and it can be hard. And then especially around the holidays, I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate it all, because if I go off my history about having the baby around like 37, 38 weeks, which 3 out of my 5 past babies have come around that time, then gosh, I really only have like 5 to 6 weeks left. So now I'm starting to feel like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have everything ready in time for baby boy? I've been in such denial, you know, like afraid to like really grasp that he actually is gonna arrive. And now I'm kind of like, okay, now I need to get things together. Like, we haven't even fully picked out a name for him, but I want to get a Christmas stocking for him. And I'm like, okay, I really do have to pick a name for him, because up until this point, we've just been calling him Chip. And we've been calling him Chip only because when I set up my outlet band, I had to pick a nickname. And it didn't dawn on me I could have picked Baby and then our initials. But so I picked Chip because I thought, well, at the time he was probably the size of a chocolate chip. So we'll see. But I've got like this whole mess of Christmas stuff behind me, and that's just stuff that I realize I need to set up in the area that we've cordoned off in the living room, because I mean, I still have to plan for the holidays, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a newborn or if I'm gonna be in the hospital or if I'm still gonna be pregnant on Christmas. But I do hope that I'm holding him in my arms on Christmas. So yeah, getting ready to go to my appointment, which I'll update in the next video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please like this video if you did, and subscribe for future updates. And until next time, bye guys.